Hello, everyone.
Good
Welcome to
morning.
another episode of Moonrock Roundtable. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Pedro.
Good morning, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself, Pedro?
I'm doing well, doing well. The crypto markets are on fire today. We are
Are they?
moving.
Shoot some prices at me. What's good?
Well, one of the things I'm really digging off of, and I have to admit, I'm talking impressively good. Is just the fact that Bitcoin is putting in some pretty big um, uh, buy wicks, and we're holding these levels fairly decent. We're seeing um, the the shorts in Bitcoin definitely fall off, and the fact that we're going up, we're not seeing it increase. So that's the other thing that I'm really impressed with. It's just pretty awesome. The backside is that I still feel like we might go down just a little bit more, but who knows? But pricing wise, Bitcoin is in at 31,000, above that 30,000 mark now. Ethereum is sitting at 20 or 1900. We fell back a little low. Tether still sitting at 99 cents, which is a good thing. USDC is sitting at 99 cents, almost to $1, which is a good thing. BNB sitting at 315. It did go down to almost exactly to the point that I said it would go. It went down to 220 to the 240 mark area, which was epic. Bing. And we have XRP sitting at 41 cents, which has been pretty at 40. It's 41 cents, 0.6 and a half. So we'll see what happens with that. Cardano right now we're sitting at 57 cents, up for the week at 12%, which is pretty amazing. Um, Come on, baby. Let's see if my computer's going
You
to
know
work.
what?
Go ahead.
I was talking to someone that I know that works for a quant fund, and for those of you who don't, it's a quantitative hedge fund that is now focusing a lot on crypto, and they're saying that their analysis is showing that older, Bitcoin investors are doubling down. So these wallets are increasing their positions right now, and it seems like there's not that much new money coming in, but there is a lot of doubling down happening. So that is something that is very interesting, because that just goes to show that if these people that have been around for quite some time are
I'm afraid.
they're not selling, they're just getting more. It's a very bullish sign for crypto and Bitcoin.
I think you nailed it to the point. Because we always see new investors, right? When Bitcoin starts to really push up and starts to gain strength, that's when everybody jumps in on the craze, right?
Yeah, no,
When
for sure, buy high, sell low. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and and the idea is that people, once it starts to move again, people are gonna be like, oh dang, I missed out, and boom, that's when you have the FOMO that happens. But the other side behind it as well is, and this I think this is an important thing to consider, right? That when the market really does start to rebound, and like I said, we might be in this sideways pattern for the next, 6 months, right? Like this isn't unheard of. This isn't something that, um, well, that the market doesn't do, right? It definitely does, right? Like it's not one of those things that it's not like I don't think, like, sometimes what we've seen, the V-shaped rallies, right, that we see in traditional markets, where it comes down, it does a 25% retracement, and then it rallies up and does a new all-time high and runs another 100% from where it fell down from, right? Or 200, 300%. Crypto's a little bit different in the aspect of that we know that this crypto renter is that people sell off their bags, then you have that accumulation phase, and it lasts maybe 3, 6 months, a year, and all of a sudden, it does a 10x.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
But it's about the long haul. It's about being
Yeah.
consistent with your position and just staying steady. Now, something that I find very interesting is another statistic that I was talking about with my quant fund friend, and that was that there is an insane amount of new jobs in the crypto world. Tens of thousands, man. Tens of thousands. We spoke about this last week.
Yes.
Or was the week before? I don't remember.
It all kind of gets meshed together, right?
Yeah, I've been traveling too much, so my head's crazy. By the way, it was great seeing you in person.
Oh, absolutely. It was amazing. You are one of the funnest guys I can say, the professional fun guys I've ever been with.
Thank
Literally.
you. Likewise. But, so going back to, the quant fund guy and discussing, another very important analytical point, which is that there are a lot of jobs out there in crypto now, tens of thousands of jobs, and perhaps with another couple years, there may be hundreds of thousands of crypto jobs. What does that mean? That people like us, right, are now starting to get jobs in these crypto related areas, whether it's a metaverse or it's a hedge fund that's focused on it, or whether it could be like an NFT marketplace, it could be Coinbase, it could be so many different things, right? And these people are getting paid actually very well. According to some of the other numbers that I've noticed, these jobs pay like 50% or more than what the same job title would pay somewhere else in the traditional world. So, for example, a marketing person is most likely getting paid 50% or more in one of these jobs, and in one of these jobs within a crypto fund or a crypto project or a crypto company in comparison to the traditional world. Now, what happens is these people that are already into crypto getting jobs now in crypto and believe in it because they're actually getting paid from something aligned to crypto, they may be putting some of that money back into crypto.
Absolutely.
So now you're going to start seeing a recycle of that money, right? Going back into crypto. And as more people start to get jobs in some of these companies, I do believe, and this is something that's being shared not just with me, but also with this friend of mine, that, I mean, steadily, we're going to see a nice, solid growth in crypto. It's not going to be like years in years past where, crypto was like very volatile and no, there are more people with a lot more skin in the game. Their whole entire livelihood, like their careers are now anchored with crypto.
And a great example of that is actually Fidelity. I read it a few days ago, I think, but they're adding like over 100 new jobs or they're planning on adding like more than 100 people, like regarding crypto technology.
There you
by
go.
the end of the year. I don't remember the exact number, but I read it a few days ago. But it was on the Wall Street Journal, I believe. But yeah, pretty interesting that you mentioned that.
There
And
you
this
go.
Fidelity, by the way. And you guys already know they just opened the Bitcoin, the 401k. Like people can add that to their 401k.
Exactly.
So now they're broadening that aspect. So it's
Guys,
pretty interesting.
JP Morgan doing the same thing as well. I mean, there's just so many of these big companies now adding something regarding crypto to their job, boards, and this is just going to continue to, and these jobs are paying very well. These jobs are paying. I mean,
entry level.
I started doing my research on this, right? Because this was an interesting conversation that I was having. I'm like, could this lead to the next big pump, or even to a steady accumulation period where it goes up instead of sideways, right? Because accumulation periods usually you'll see them just go sideways with some dips and some ups and downs, but what if this was an accumulation period where you're starting to see it diagonally go up, right? So that could be a very, very interesting thing to see. I think that could definitely, I think the game is different from a couple of years ago. Definitely. I mean, I was part of the big drop. I saw that, back in 2017, 2018, and this is nothing like it, because back then it was much more unstable. There was less liquidity. and the drops were much more drastic. I mean, the drop this time is nothing compared to last time. We peaked Ethereum at 1,200, and then it went down to $100, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This time it's like Ethereum hit what, 5,000 or something like that, and then now it's like at 2,000.
1,900. Yeah.
Yeah,
1,900.
so it's like, man, like, I know it hurts for some of you that just got in, but it's really this is good news in my personal opinion. In the future, you're going to start noticing this is maybe years down the road when there's real big massive adoption, like Ethereum is going to make 6% ups, 5% ups, and people will actually look forward to that because already so much liquidity will have already come in. You'll probably see like a $10,000 or $20,000 Ethereum, and people will be excited about a 5% lift on that price.
Yeah.
So honestly, this is the time to just enjoy and take advantage of these low prices. Get a dollar cost average, find projects that you really believe in, and dollar cost average into them. Yeah, and hodl, of course.
I think one of those things that the idea that we're literally a part of, or we are in the birth of a true industry, right? I think in the past 10 years, it was almost like we were babies in the womb, right? Just waiting, right? And I think this last bull market, last 2 years, 3 years, has really been more the birth of crypto, right? It's kind of been brought to the limelight, saying this is something that is advantageous. And so it's almost like the people who are getting now are like the people who got in and are getting into, let's say, the S&P 500 at the turn of the century, right? I mean, the fact is that, like there are still products being created that don't have, you can't, because it's so new. We're in such a new sector or just a new industry that there's no way to really sit there and say you can't copy me or you can't, because it's just so new, right? And it's just something to see, interesting to see what happens. That even if you're in it now and you think you're late to the game, no, it's like you're in the 19th century, after the 1880 drop of the stock market, and you're like, oh man, I'm late to the game. No, you still got another 100. It's it's 100
I do
years.
believe so.
Yeah,
I feel like 2022 is the year of credibility for crypto.
Yes, absolutely.
This is the year of credibility. This is a year where you're noticing a lot of big entities jumping into the space and putting a lot of money into it. I strongly believe that this is going to continue going forward. I noticed that you're looking at the chart there.
Yeah.
Pedro. What is this, hourly or?
This is the daily. Actually, I'm kind of excited because as of last month, remember when we were looking last month, we went up that month, that the first week of the month or the first couple days, we went up, which scared me, right? I talked about that going, dang it, guys, we're going up. That's bad. Well, today last time we went up, but then we sold off today, which is good because it means that this is a bullish signal to me, saying they're dropping the market to push it back up. So people at the beginning of the month will sell off a lot of the positions that they got right here, or they may even double down on the shorts, right? The novices. And then hence, once it comes to an area of demand, we very much could see this then rally at a higher level. And so this is a bullish sentiment for me. It was actually, we were talking about this in our team meeting today, where it's like, dang it, we're starting to move up. But I'm glad that we're selling off here, because if we have a sell off for a few days, we put in a big old wick, or we might even just drop and then rally back up. So we'll just see what happens. But yeah, this is the daily chart here, and we are setting up. This doji candle shows, it's, even though it says here bearish, to me this is a bullish sign, simply because if we push down and then we move up, I very much like this. This is, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What are your thoughts, Ralph?
Well, I mean, just like some nice, I don't know if you want to call them a boy band group in music, American music history, once said, wake up, it's the first of the month.
The first of the month.
Having a wonderful day. So I would say good. This is very, very good. The first of the month, we got this happening, just like you were saying. I think it's a good start, because this is going to allow for a nice jump up. And needed to consolidate a little bit. It had to. We don't want to see no fake outs, right? We don't want to see that. Fake outs, they hurt people. And I think the market right now is pretty smart. And the people buying and selling right now, trading, are pretty smart. You can tell. Like you can see the chart that these are more sophisticated people buying in and getting out and trading and shorting
Absolutely.
and doing everything that they're doing. So right now you're seeing the big boys play. You're the
Yes.
hedge funds. You see
Yes.
all the quant funds right now. That's them right now.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll point out just simply real quick. You see how there's no seller wicks here, and we're seeing more buyer wicks. And when we do see seller wicks, we see them in a sense where it's easy. Like it's going to be easy to go back up. This is how they set things up. Whereas in the past, when you look at the past charts, 2014 and 15, it didn't trade like this. It didn't trade. It does not have this feel. It does not have a trending SMA. We can't sit there and gauge which way the market's going to move. So to me, it's trading beautifully, and this trades as institutions are involved. Like you nailed it to a T. Like nail, hammer, bam.
Yes. And I think at the end of the day, we will say it was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I would agree. So what are your guys' thoughts on Korea stepping in? I'm gonna pull this up here real quick. But the South Korean government is setting up a digital assets committee in response to the Terra Luna. Yeah.
They have to, because they look bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
After what happened, as a government entity, they look bad, right? And this guy Do Kwon, right? I mean, the fact that there's no repercussions to what he's doing, it's just making this look like another, 2008, sweep under the rug type of deal.
I can't believe they allowed him to relaunch, and I can't believe
that's another thing, right? Well, I mean, look, here's the thing: he could have gone anywhere, right? He could have gone on a jet and gone to, bought an island, and then just started doing his thing somewhere else, and people would just kept doing it. The Terra Luna, this whole issue where people continue to buy into it. I mean, it's a sign that says that people, they will follow someone blindly just because of loyalty and just the dream, and there's a lot of reasons there, but I mean, a lot of the decisions that he's been making really make absolutely no sense. The fork makes no sense. The fact that he sacrificed Terra to try to keep USDT alive made no sense. He just killed. Horrible. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just everybody. I think it's already been beat up too much, and I think everyone's already aware of it. I mean, I've gone to several different meetings with people that don't even know about crypto, and they're bringing up Terra Luna.
Yeah,
it's crazy, right? Because it's everywhere, and then you notice how they released Luna 2.0 or Terra 2.0 or whatever, and now what? It went down. It crashed again, right? Because people got the money and they're like, I'm out. What do you think was going to happen? That's exactly what was going to happen. Like, it was just it's just one bad decision after another bad decision after another bad decision after another bad decision. I mean, it's just burning of money, right?
Agreed. And well, here's the thing, right? Like, so in the crypto world, we have our degens, right? Which is basically the gamblers. Like, imagine if you could look at finance, right? you have your traditional finance, like the Bitcoins and stuff like that, but then you also have this certain sector of group of people, which is right now currently about maybe 50%, 40% of the crypto community. And they're looking just to make a quick buck, just honest, right? Like they're looking for a 2x, a 3x, and if they can get it, they're out, right? So they knew that there were going to be some buying pressure pushing this thing out. But as soon as they were done, they were done. That's just how it is. Now, here's the other thing, right? I mean, I want to close this up because I want to do a quick 30-minute recap. But what do you think about the Bank of England yesterday announced that it would intervene to direct and oversee collapsing stablecoins should the British Central Bank decide that the stablecoin issue has reached systemic scale failure? What are your thoughts? Because
They're
this is kind of
concerned, man. They're concerned because they feel like, if this gets too big, it could bring down not just crypto, but like
UST,
global
for
economies.
example. Yeah.
No, global economies straight up, just whole entire countries, it could bring down whole systems. And that is true. I do think that it needs to be regulated. A lot of you might like hate me for saying that, but if you're going to make a crypto that's tied to a country's
dollar,
dollar, or currency was the word I was trying to get at, but
currency, yeah.
Then that country has every right to regulate you.
Agreed.
It's you're basically trying to use their IP with your idea. You should get clearance from them first. Just my personal opinion. Back in my day when we first started in crypto, exchanges had everything paired to BTC. So you would have to do the math on your own, right? There wasn't USDT. USDT is a fairly recent thing, and back in the day when you would trade your crypto, it was everything based off BTC. So I don't know. I think that's what we should go back to, is the standard, making BTC the standard again of pairs. That's just my personal opinion, and perhaps even Ethereum. Having Ethereum as another pair. But I don't think that we should be establishing ourselves in crypto, tied to something with a central government attached to it. That just goes against the thesis of crypto, right? So just my thoughts.
Yeah, we've got some really interesting stuff going on in the world. The fact is that you nailed it to a point. If you're going to go and you're going to be in a country and using their currency as a way for you to make money, you need to be regulated. I feel the same way a little, like in that aspect you do, because like you said, it can cripple countries. It can put people in poverty, and the government does need to step in somewhat. But here's the other part behind it. How are you going to stop? If we look at China has banned Bitcoin and banned a lot of the other stuff, right? Yet they are the second top country next to the US to be mining and trading crypto. And the majority of the hubs that we look on the blockchain come from that area. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to regulate something that's really hard to regulate? The most intrusive country for personal rights is China.
It's very simple. The US can easily say, for example, we don't want any stable coins aligned with the US dollar to be represented as a pair of your exchange, if your exchange is going to be doing services for US residents. And so then that means Binance US, Voyager, Crypto.com, and all these, Coinbase would all have to, stop using USDT or USDC or whatever as a pair.
As a viable pair.
Correct. Now, I think USDC would be safe, in my personal opinion, because USDC is tied to Coinbase and is basically falling in line with all the laws, and they have a very well set up, system
Yeah.
for all these regulations, and I mean they're basically they're pretty much
Set up for
side
the
by
future.
side with the government and creating the rules with them. I think you'll hear more about this in the future. I think Coinbase also, just my personal opinion, the stock is undervalued,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
it's something that people should look into.
Well, they came out with really good earnings, right? And then the market dropped hard.
You're being sarcastic with the earnings, or
Yes.
what? Okay,
Yes. They came out with
because just in case people are taking you literal, right?
sorry. I
Let
forget.
them
You can't
understand
you can't
that.
see my face. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's funny. If ever you meet me in person, if
He's a very
anybody's listening,
sarcastic person.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Um,
Pedro's very, very sarcastic.
let me just so their earnings sucked, or the earnings didn't do well,
It
right?
was horrible. Let's
Yes.
just call it what it is. It's horrible. And then
Right.
on top of that, I mean, as an investor, like as Wall Street investors would look at it, they're just not going to be very happy with the fact their earnings were bad, and then they continue to spend more money on employees. But the fact is that Coinbase, this is why I like Coinbase. You know what Coinbase is doing right now? They're just doubling down on
Down.
talent,
So that's what I was gonna bring up.
and they're buying out
There
the
we go.
best attorneys. They're buying out the best engineers. They're buying out the best marketers. They're buying out the best managers.
Yes.
Like
And they're being
Coinbase,
smart.
dude,
They're not put
hats off to
and
Coinbase, bro. Hats
well
off to
this
Coinbase. I have full respect for that leadership team, bro, because they have everyone and their mother on top of them saying, "No, cut costs. Do it this way, do some buybacks, do this, do that." And Coinbase is like, "Nope. We're investing in our infrastructure. This is how we've been doing it, right? This is why we are where we are today. Just keep trusting us. If you want us to keep being successful, keep doing what we've been doing, then you have to, trust the process." And that's what Coinbase is doing. I'm very proud of Coinbase, man. It's really like leaders from crypto companies should look at Coinbase and say, like this is something we should learn from. And by the way, you're not going to see the fruits of their labor
for 2-3
this
years.
year, maybe not next year,
Yeah.
but it's
2-3 years.
definitely a company that, like, for the long term, you're going to look at it, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, yeah, I was an investor in Coinbase in the beginning. Just like some people look at Apple, right? And they're, oh yeah, I was an investor in Apple, back in the 90s. Same way you're going to look at Coinbase.
Well, and to add on to that, the biggest thing is that they're doubling down isn't necessarily in a quick fix. They're doubling down in the idea that they are really establishing a base of leadership and ways for them to create generating income for themselves versus hype. Whereas
Yeah.
90% of most crypto, if we were
Hype,
just
hype, hype.
hype, yeah, we were
Marketing.
just
Oh, everyone, look at us.
yeah,
We're the best. Yeah, buy us. This is what you want. Yeah, no.
no,
Coinbase is
it's
like, thank you for the hype. We took some of that hype money
mhm,
and invested it back into the infrastructure so that you can later look at the price that you bought in on during the hype and see that price come back when our company actually reflects that price. And then when things get hyped up again, you'll be able to see a 10x or whatever from there. So honestly, I'm very proud of Coinbase, man. Like, they're doing a great job. And by the way, they're one of the largest employers right now in this crypto economy. In Miami alone, they got about 2,500 jobs available. And these jobs are like starting off at like $100-something thousand. Like, amazing opportunities, really. So, and I strongly suggest, I talked about this in the last call, I strongly suggest everyone to be looking for jobs in some of these crypto companies where you can establish a good resume, and get yourself some experience, make some money, right? Some more money than probably what you're making right now in your current job. And then get yourself into into a dollar cost averaging, mentality, right? Where you can now diversify across different cryptos. Moonrock,
Moonrockcoin.
Moonrock, and diversify dollar cost average, so that you're in a better position than perhaps what you are in right now. If you're in a bad position right now, it's okay. You just dollar cost average. I mean, I've told this story many times, guys. Like, I remember I did buy into Ethereum back in 2016 when it was around $7. I've been in the ups and downs, and then I kept dollar cost averaging. I put way too much money back in like 2017 on Ethereum, but then I kept dollar cost averaging.
He kept dollar cost averaging. Hello, Ralphie.
So I kept dollar cost averaging, and it put me in a better position. And that you just keep doing the same thing, right? And Ethereum back in the day was looked at as something evil, for all the Bitcoin maxis. It was like looked at as like, oh, what is this thing? They're trying to be Bitcoin. Nobody understood it. Everybody called it a scam. Everyone called it a scam. And every time it went down, the term wasn't rug pull. The term was scam, right? The term rug pull didn't really come out till like, I think maybe 2020, 2021.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't really hear rug pull, that term being used. A lot of these new terminologies have come out recently, bro. Like the old school terminology is like hodl, which really probably came out around 2017, things like that. But nowadays, like, you got there's like a whole like dictionary that people should like, alpha, hodl. Like, you got all these different things. We got to write like a book on it. But yeah, guys, what are we looking at here? Let's talk about a couple more news items, and then I gotta go. I have this event that I gotta go to.
Yes. So one of the things I find very interesting is just that what is the most expensive NFT of all time, and find out what the latest videos are.
Wasn't the Beeple NFT? Wasn't the Beeple NFT the most expensive one?
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is I look at this now. I want to bring this up because right now there is such a evolution of NFTs and what's coming out, and they're taking some different type of forms. And I remember when we were in New York, we actually were talking to the UN guy, right? And he was saying, well, what should I invest in? And you right off the jump said there's actually a new form. NFTs are actually evolving.
Soulbound tokens.
Yes. And so I bring that up
because
we
should do a whole call on soulbound tokens. Why don't we schedule a call on Friday?
Yeah.
Where we talk about soulbound tokens, and maybe we can even market it on our Twitter for Moonrock and say, hey guys, we're gonna talk about soulbound tokens on Friday at this time. If you're interested in learning about it, then be there or be square.
Be square.
Yeah.
I just
be soulless.
So, ooh.
Did you say syphilis?
No, so
no, soulless.
No, it's just I don't know. Everybody likes the gonorrhea, syphilis. It's one of those things that keep giving back to you in life.
Well, so, here's the thing: like when you're in the military, like you and I have been, Pedro.
Yeah.
You tend to just laugh at STDs because all your friends end up getting them, and then it's like it becomes almost a normal everyday thing.
Yeah. We actually had a couple guys. So we were going from port to port, and we were down in Australia.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and so somebody got sick, quote, sick, right, and had to stay on the ship during the whole entire period, and basically, yeah. And I remember it was like, and we were like, oh, it's the gonorrhea, syphilis attacks again, or there was a term that we would use that they would use, but or it's the herpetogonosyphilis. That's what it is. The herpetogonosyphilis. And
somebody's just tuning in now and saying, wait, what is this? I thought I was here for crypto. Why are we talking about STDs? We just reminded someone to renew their prescription. Sorry, guys.
This is-
We get once the coffee starts kicking in, we start getting a little funny.
Lord.
What do we
All
got
right.
there? JP Morgan says what?
Yeah, JP Morgan here. Here we go. Where is it at? Where am I at? Here we are. Tech lawmakers criticizing the crypto. Where'd you see JP Morgan? Customer
Right there, man.
details.
You're hovering over it. It says JP Morgan, no?
No, it says Oxy Polygon is
Oh,
now
man.
required. You got to get them glasses, bro.
Dude, I do, man. I really do.
Don't worry about it, man. You see
That's
perfect,
horrible.
man. You've got great eyesight, man.
Yeah,
It's
great,
phenomenal.
yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
So what's going on with Polygon? I mean, Polygon
yeah.
just keeps doing amazing things, and the price just keeps
Yes.
going down. I mean, it's like counterintuitive, but whatever.
Well, so now I'm being serious when I come to this. Polygon is another one that I feel like
it's a juggernaut, bro.
It's a juggernaut.
Polygon. Listen. I'm willing. Look, I put my son's college money into it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, listen. I'm not telling you you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right?
This is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice, but Polygon is a sleeper. Polygon, I see it just like I saw Ethereum back in the day. You know, when everybody was telling me Ethereum was a scam and I bought it at $7. I see Polygon the same way. I know it's in the billions. I know. But when crypto has tens of trillions in total market cap, Polygon could easily be at $500 billion or even $1 trillion someday.
Easily. Because of the.
But this is one that you would dollar cost average into, right? Because I've talked to people about Polygon, for a while. And then every time I tell people about it, I guess I have such a like I'm so certain about it that people they're like, okay, I need to buy it now, and people end up throwing like the whole kitchen sink at it, right? At $2, at $1.50, at $1, and then right now, you might be looking at me like, Ralph, I bought this at $2. I put $100,000 into it, man. WTF? It's like, did I tell you to put all that money into it at that time? No. What do I always talk about? Dollar cost averaging on everything. I always talk about dollar cost averaging, even Moonrock. Even Moonrock, man. I'm always like, dollar cost average. Do not go all in on anything. But right now, man, that chart is looking...
It's flush. And not to say that meaning flush as in it's even, but flush as in the ideas that...
there's a gap there where it could fall.
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt you, but there's a little gap there. You saw the gap, right?
Yeah, we were talking about that during our meeting.
Yeah, there's a little gap where it could fall, but right now where it's sitting, it's really pretty.
Well, here's the idea, right? And this is again like the idea. So there's a gap right here and a gap down in this area right here. Actually, you know what I need to do? Give me 1 second because I do need to put this up. Speaking of Polygon, can you even talk about Matic, some of their utilities and some of the stuff they have coming forward that really sets them apart? Because I mean, this is why I like Polygon, is that their transactions. I'm sorry, I'm about to go into talk about it real quick while I pull something up.
I mean, I don't really have that much time. I'm just gonna point on one thing, guys, and I've already pointed this on a couple times already in the past. I just feel like nobody's really paying attention. Polygon's fees are micro pennies, right? So a big company like Stripe, Stripe being a payment processing solution for businesses of all sizes, internet businesses, even mom and pop shops. I know that a lot of companies use Stripe, small companies. And Stripe has billions of dollars going through it. Billions, maybe even $1 trillion. I'm not sure, but I know it has definitely billions of dollars going through it every day. It is a juggernaut in the payment processing space. And now they recently did an agreement, a partnership with Polygon, where they're saying, hey, we're going to start testing your network and using your network to run Stripe payments and stuff like that on Polygon because it's so cheap to do it there. Listen, guys, when Stripe starts doing all of their transactions on Polygon, you're talking about all the billions that they're moving on the traditional network, moving over to Polygon. That is going to be something on another level, my friends. That is going to be um, a game changer. The amount of transactions that'll happen, it'll be a million times more transactions that are happening right now. A million times more transactions. A million times, not a million transactions. No, a
Million
million times
times.
than are happening right now on Polygon are going to occur when Stripe is using them fully for everything. And it will happen because they're going to test it and they're going to be like, wow, this is amazing. It's going to be a huge cost saver. We're going to save, you know, 90% of everything that we're spending right now on merchant processing. We're going to save that and we're going to be able to put it somewhere else, whether it's in executive bonuses or whatever. Money saved is money earned, right? They're going to be very, very happy when they finally test this and see that it works properly. And
Well,
they're
I don't
using.
even think. Do you think that they'll even do that? Because they're such a smart company, right? Like I don't see them doing things like that. Like it, they're not. Like they're not one of those companies that are just like a greedy company. I feel like they're one of those companies that
You mean Stripe
def.
that they're not going to be paying themselves big bonuses?
No, I don't. I don't. When I say because I Stripe has been around for years, but I think they see crypto really as I think they're going to start with Polygon, and they're going to I think they're going to want to switch over to. But I mean, I already know that they're going to be they got to be messing with CZ Binance, right? I don't see them not.
No, I mean, well, I'm going to tell you something just to be realistic with you. They're not going to be poly network. Like they're not going to be into multiple networks. They have to choose one network, even if it's for the next few years, to be able to establish everything on it. Because right now is not, and we've already discussed this in our security meetings and things like that. Right now is not the time to be doing multiple networks on any of these things. This is how hacks occur and vulnerabilities and things like that. Um, they made this partnership with Polygon for one of the biggest reasons being that it's very cheap to handle transactions on Polygon. Number one, number two, it's a very secure network. It is, I mean, it Polygon is tried and tested, right? And unlike many other networks, and yeah, BNB chain is great and everything, but it's still not as cheap as Polygon. It's still on BNB, you still have to spend about a penny. On Polygon, you're not even spending a penny per transaction. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
Dude, Polygon is cheap, man. Polygon is like, you want to talk, it's almost free. Polygon's even willing to give you Matic just so you can test it out. I don't know if that's still going on, but I remember last year there were still some people like getting Matic for free from Polygon to run transactions. Because with one Matic token, you can make like 100 transactions.
It's impressive. I did not know that. Oh, wow,
dude. It's I'm not 100. I'm sorry, thousands of transactions with one Matic token.
So they've literally been able to, do you think they will be able to solve the interoperability system with traditional technology, like through just normal crypto system through their blockchain? I mean, that's because if
I think that, the longer that Ethereum takes to do Ethereum 2.0, the more market share they're getting from Ethereum. They've already started to capture the NFT side of things. There's already a lot of projects that have transferred over to them. When Terra Luna had its whole, debacle occur, a lot of the projects moved to Polygon as like their next, phase of growth and all that, they moved to Polygon. They're like, you know what? Let's just go to Polygon because it's a great network. They have so many. And okay, we can also talk about some of the innovations other than the Stripe partnership. We can talk about the future, right?
Let's talk about that.
It's already 11:21.
You got to go. And I know that I said we're going to keep this up to about 30 minutes. So,
and everyone's like, oh, he's about to get there. He's about to talk about it. And then he's going to go. Like, what?
Hey, for Friday, come Friday. We'll go over some more details. We'll have a good time. Don't if you guys are listening, please like, subscribe.
Hey,
share this
Pedro,
out with
hold on.
friends and family.
Before you
Go
close
ahead.
us out, Pedro, I just posted a Medium article that Moonrock wrote about Polygon a while back. So
Whoa.
definitely check it out. I don't know. I can't post it on the open comment section for some weird reason. So maybe you can do that.
Yeah, I'll do that right now. Yes, guys, I would say go check that out. We've got some really great stuff going on. Encourage you guys, please read our stuff. We've got a lot more other good content coming out. The other additional part behind it, we're also going to be going into some stuff. I'm going to start doing stuff daily on just markets, movements in the market in the morning, movements in the market in the afternoon, what we should be seeing, what it might do. Again, I am not a soothsayer. I do not have a crystal ball, but what I do have is I just look at the market and it's able to, I'm able to make some good guesses and see what happens there. And one thing and all of this is that we are not financial advisors. This information provided on this video or website and or live stream does not constitute as investment advice, financial advice, or trading advice.
You got to say that in the beginning, man. You got to say that in the beginning.
I know. We need
to. But it doesn't matter. We didn't give any investment advice here.
Definitely not. But
we really didn't. All we did was talk about the news, and we said every time we say something, we talked about our opinions and stuff like that. It's when you say, "Oh, you should buy this," that you should worry. But we don't say that, so don't even worry about it, man.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. You want some investment advice? I'll give you some investment advice right now.
Well, what investment advice would you give?
DYOR, do your own research.
Do your own research. You heard it from the great conciliars.
And I guess on Friday we'll talk about Polygon and some of the partnerships that they're making so they can, focus on interoperability, scaling solutions that they're currently working on. I mean, Polygon might be taken over, man. I mean, they're built on top of Ethereum, almost like a parasite. But I will say that Polygon, at the same time, helping Ethereum. If Ethereum would just embrace them, I think it's Polygon in the next couple of years is going to be big, real big, just because every day they're just getting more and more market share. And for me, it's a dollar cost averaging play for Moonrock as well. And as always, hey, I encourage you to learn more about Moonrock. Come join us on Telegram. We're working on amazing technology. We do want to change the space. We want to add a lot of value, and we think that we are definitely working towards that path. Look at that, Pedro. I just closed it out for you, man.
Wow, and we are still up and moving and running, yes?
Yes, we're still live.
Ooh, so I can get blown out, and you guys still have access to it. I love that. That actually makes things very well. Sorry, guys. We're still fairly new to this this software that we're using. So I've had this fear that if my computer crashes, then the system goes down. But I just realized, no, that's not it. So that is awesome. That's absolutely amazingly awesome. Anyways, my friend, you closed it out. I know I have nothing better to say except for like, subscribe, send off the live stream video to your friends. If you guys can't, post it on Facebook. We have a lot of good content in here for people to hear it. Any last words from Mr. Dolo?
Not for me. I think you guys did it. But yeah, if anything, check out the Medium article about Polygon that Moonrock wrote. I think if you just want like a good fundamental, basic understanding of what Polygon is, check it out. I think it's a good, quick read. It will give you all the information you need just to have a good, basic understanding of Polygon and why we like it so much.
Wow, we're so bullish.
I just retweeted it and I liked it. Oh, one more thing. If any of you that are listening want to be part of the show, let us know. Because we are going to be doing more episodes like during the week. Most like we were talking about this in today's early meeting. Perhaps doing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, something like that. What do you think about that, Pedro?
I love it. I think it's a great idea. I think that is an amazing idea. I will definitely make it happen. If you will show up, I'll be there with you, my friend.
Well, maybe we can do it also different times of the day. Maybe we can do some in the evening. Maybe we'll do some in the morning. Who knows?
Yes. Well, I'm planning on doing, morning caps, real quick, morning opens, daily closes, and I can just sit there and just go live stream and just show and just see what I'm looking at, and just, gauging my stuff and just kind of give you guys the insight into my brain and see how I look at things. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting. So if we always have the illustrious, amazing, fabulous Ralphie is here, I will never, ever turn you down, my friend.
Thank you, bro.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And that's me, bro. That's not me being sarcastic. I think you're amazing. So. I totally realized I sounded like totally sarcastic, but I was like, nah, I'm being serious. So. Definitely. All right, guys. Look forward to more stuff coming out, and we will see you guys soon. Ralphie, have a fun day today where all the stuff you got going. And Mr. Doe, we'll see you back next week. Okay, guys?
I'm going to be representing Moonrock, some events today, so
let's do it.
I'm out there, man, working for the community. Love you guys.
Love you guys. I will talk to you guys soon.